Tonight, we are learning more about the practices of an East Texas judge who is facing scrutiny for requiring defendants in his court to get married and write Bible verses as a part of their criminal probation.
Judge Randall Rogers of Smith County has been on the bench for more than 25 years. We've been going through his court records for months now, finding unusual examples of defendants being told by the judge to get married. Since our story first aired in August, many people across the nation have called for a reprimand of the judge. We've been investigating what happens when a judge is accused of misconduct. Tonight, the attorney who filed a formal complaint against Judge Rogers and a retired judge tell our Julia Janae about just how our judges are judged in part 2 of our 7 investigation, Sentenced to Life.
Patty, I have no comment on nothing.
On anything?
Nothing.
Judge Rogers declined to talk to us, but there is a body that he may have to answer to, the State Commission on Judicial Conduct, based in Austin, a body of 13 members, including East Texas Judge Joel Baker of Smith County. The commission secretly investigates complaints against Texas judges it receives. Attorney Sam Grover filed a formal complaint with the commission on August 13th, just after our first story aired.
That's certainly not something that a judge is allowed to do.
Grover represents the Freedom from Religion Foundation, and his complaint takes issue with Rogers' probation. This is a copy we obtained of the judge's form, requiring defendants to write Bible verses 25 times a day. Grover spoke to us from their base in Wisconsin via Skype.
This is one issue where the Freedom from Religion Foundation actually finds itself in line with a lot of religious groups who they see marriage as a sacred thing between two people, and they don't really want a judge, a government official, weighing in on that.
After being unable to get a comment from Judge Rogers, we wanted to get a judge's perspective on this issue. So we talked to former East Texas Judge Cynthia Stevens Kent, who is now a practicing attorney after serving on the bench for more than 24 years. She tells me that the law is broad when it comes to setting probation conditions.
The judge has enormous discretion as long as the conditions are meant to protect the victim, protect society, to work toward rehabilitation of the individual.
And she says marriage falls into those categories.
Traditionally, the family unit, that commitment, that stability has been a positive thing in helping people not engage in criminal activities.
Kent held Rogers' judicial seat before she retired.
I've known Judge Rogers for a long time. I think he is very creative in his conditions of probation, and I think it is done only to try to help these individuals.
Bill Bull's son was given a marriage option in Judge Rogers' court in 2012.
It made it worse on his way of life. It made it worse on his emotions.
Bill says his son Benjamin died 4 months after the wedding after a severe asthma attack.
Marriage did not benefit Ben. It created more of a financial and emotional problem with Ben.
But overall, Kent says that the incentive to marry through the courts, while not popular nationally, is appropriate for the region.
As the community attitude changes and shifts, then sometimes the judges are a little behind that change and shift. I don't know that this issue is a real change and shift in our community. I still think this is a community where family and marriage commitment is very important.
Now, Sam Grover says it's going to be up to the State Commission on Judicial Conduct to determine if these orders are within the Judicial Code of Conduct. He says based on his experience with these complaints, it could take up to a year to get back any kind of a decision from the commission.
Could Judge Rogers face any litigation personally for his rulings?
That's not likely. Judges are generally immune from being sued for decisions they make on the bench. The typical way to fight a ruling from a judge that you don't agree with is to appeal it to a higher court, but that didn't happen in any of the cases that we've come across so far.
Thank you, Julia. Judge Rogers has been on the bench for more than 25 years. He ran unopposed for County Court at Law judge in 2014 and 2010. He will be up for re-election in 2018. Right now, Julia and the attorney who filed the judicial complaint are holding a live chat with viewers, and you can join in the conversation right now by going to the big red box at KLTV.com or text SENTENCED to 77997 from your mobile phone.